Alright, let's go. Day 16, we're officially over halfway through Pleinairpril. And still hanging in there. So, I'm cheating as usual. This is a picture, obviously, but I did take this picture today on my weekly bike ride, so it's half cheating. Alright, I'll start back here with the hills. Let's see. I basically always get these first colors wrong, so I don't really care. I'm just getting it as close as I can and then move on. But I'm excited to do clouds today because I haven't really had any cloud action yet. Pleinairpril. I think, I don't know, maybe we can have fun with the clouds today. I guess I need to figure out how to describe the clouds simply and not be too fussy with them. Hey Vladimir. Hello. Okay, so this ground is, what would you say? Is that 2/3 of the way up vertically? Not really, not quite 2/3. It's like in between 2/3 and a half. So I think it's somewhere around here. Ish. I'll try to chop this across and make it flat. Okay, and then Oop, that's pretty. That's too gray. Doesn't look very alive. So here we go. A little more color in this should feel better. And then I'll go pretty dark with all the greens. They are. Let's see if I start with this bush on the right side. This bush right here, that's like, or this tree that's in the middle of the river, as sort of my anchor point for everything else to be referenced off of. And then all the other stuff kind of points to it. That should make things easier, I hope. So like that. And these trees get pretty dark. They're almost black and for the most part. Maybe like I would give this a number 2 in the scale of 0 to 10 in value. 2 or 3. Okay, and then the river itself, I think I want to put that on another layer too. And let's see, it is kind of curving around. It looks straight, but it's curving, I guess, on the left side. So I just gotta keep that in mind. So I'm instead of trying to draw like an actual curved line there, like this. For this side, I'm not confident enough, so I just basically I drew a straight line and then another straight line, but they were pretty close together to make that curve. But if I had the confidence and the hand skill, then I would just like do a swoop. On the right side though, I think the right side kind of warrants a swoop because it is very curvy. So I don't think I could get away with the chunky version on the right side. So I'll just try to make it an actual curve. What am I talking about? I'm sorry. My commentary is pretty weak today. Okay, now I'm gonna step back a little bit and this curve I think is straighter, and then it curves a lot at the end, but by making it straighter I think that makes it look more like we have more depth or more perspective that way, because it's like a very squished curve, I guess, or compressed by the end, something like that. I'm doing okay, lad. This past month I've been kind of maybe not my best, but okay. All right. How are you? Yeah, so I'm gonna go up here. And then the ground, I'm gonna use dry brush and try something a little more gray. I'm trying to make this follow the direction of the riverbank, so like coming in at an angle like this, so that you can kind of see the texture following. And then same thing on this side that's close to us, I need to go and make it follow. Kind of orange, right? I'm gonna turn off size pressure. I think that's kind of ruining the effect I'm trying to get, which is I want more of an even texture like that. Yeah, candy cane. That's a good way to describe it. The J hook. Candy cane bullshit corner. Alright, not candy cane bullshit, candy corn bullshit. I had one teacher in college that would call everything candy corn bullshit for some reason. Anything he didn't like was candy corn bullshit. And it's pretty, I mean, it is pretty rare to find somebody who likes candy corn, I guess. I guess kids like it because they don't know any better. But I was actually always okay with candy corn. I think it just tastes like sugar. There's nothing offensive about it. It's not a bad candy. It's just there's just nothing special about it either. Go in with the water being bright as a base color, and then do like a darker version for the reflections. So something like that. And then when you're looking at the water like this, you can think of the water as sort of a blurry reflection of the environment. So something like this tree on the left side, it's just sort of a blurry dark shape. I need to move my tree over because it's in the wrong spot, but yeah, this tree right here is sort of just a dark blob in the water. I need to be smarter about this and use the actual layer masking that I have set up instead of trying to draw around every single little shape. And then maybe put that tree on a separate layer. A little bit yellow. I'm using the bush tool here, which now I'm realizing that it should be called the tree tool because I use it for trees more than bushes, but this is for bushes and also for bushy looking trees. Okay, let's go down. The table's rattly. Oh, we got a candy corn hater in here. But it just tastes like sugar, right? There's nothing... I'm just saying that there's nothing offensive about candy corn. It doesn't even taste like corn. It's just sugar and food coloring, right? I tried this Korean snack for the first time yesterday called turtle chips, and they have one of the flavors was sweet corn, and it was the most, I would describe it as the most realistic fake corn flavor I've ever tasted, because it had, I don't know, it had like an extra layer of corn flavor and aftertaste. It had like the perfect corn aftertaste and the sweetness, and it was, I don't know. It made me realize, like, wait a minute, all this corn flavored stuff is not actually corn flavored. This is corn flavored, you know? I don't know, it blew my mind a little bit. Because it's sort of a flavor a fake flavor I've never tasted. Tastes like petroleum byproduct. I guess it does. Maybe it tastes a little bit waxy. It seems like it's a little waxy. Candy corn. Could also be like all the weird coloring agents in there. The fakeness. Whatever. Vladimir's going to the countryside and do some painting. Nice. That sounds like the dream. Man, my table's like rattling every time I move. I need a better table. I'm still using the same table from like when I this table's probably 10 years old, I think. Cuz this is the table I bought when I moved to the valley in Los Angeles, and that was like 2011 or so. I don't know how this table's still alive. It's been so beat up. Oh, what? Where'd you go? Okay. Hello, common user. Do I paint with a style in mind? I think my style nowadays is, well, the style is dictated by the amount of time that I have, and pretty much anytime I do a painting lately, it's gonna be maybe between an hour and 3 hours long painting. So the style is basically like how much can you get done in an hour to 3 hours is my style. So I kind of go roughly and don't spend too much time detailing everything. And then what happens is I just naturally kind of have to simplify stuff to get things done in time. And so it's a little cartoony, a little bit like goofy sometimes. It's a little simple. And that's my style. I also like to always strive for that kind of magic. You know how a 3-year-old's drawing or a 5-year-old's drawing has magic quality to it, where it's like they're fisting their crayon, and it just looks super charming. That I try to go for that. I should probably try that like weird toddler grip for the pen and see what happens. Because they draw like that, huh? I wonder if I can try. Maybe today that's my experiment, is to just draw like a toddler, literally with the toddler grip, and see how it affects things. I mean, one thing is for sure, this grip will be better for my wrist, because then I'm not like, you're basically locking your wrist, and it's much stronger that way. And I wonder if that's why toddlers draw this way is because it's like you get a lot more leverage on the pen. So since they don't have, you know, muscles, so they're toddler muscles. I need to. It's kind of fun. This is. I haven't drawn like this before. I'm finally going off the deep end, guys. Trying to be the toddler school of drawing. This is fun to draw this way, though. I'm enjoying this. And I'm getting nice sweepy, scoopy looking shapes. Yeah, it's like I'm scooping ice cream here. Very nice. Let's go back to the sky. I think this technique will work nicely with the sky stuff. It's kind of annoying to pick colors this way, though. You guys should try this if you're painting at home. Toddler mode is actually kind of awesome. I mean, at the very least, I can use this to get like the initial charm level in there, but then maybe switch back to regular drawing later for the details. But I don't know. Do you ever paint in hardcore mode anymore? Yeah, I do, actually. The first couple Pleinairprils were all hardcore, I think. Yeah, I do. I paint like that when I can. Sometimes I can't resist the layers because like something like this would kind of be annoying to do maybe, but okay, I'm gonna switch back to regular drawing because I'm not, well, actually, wait, I want to draw toddler style a little bit more. I'm not done with toddler style. Let's see what happens. Oh. This is so stupid. I don't know if you guys can see the toddler style happening here. It's a better angle. I think this probably needs to be bigger too if I was doing toddler style, because toddlers like to draw, like they'll draw on the walls and stuff, right? So maybe let me try to get some more real estate here. Kind of limited. You feel the pressure of being more detailed because you want to get into VizDev? Man, VizDev people love like low detail. I don't know what you're talking about. VizDev people love the little like children toddler look. That's like in style right now. So. I mean, not right now, but it's always been in style. It's like cartoony. People can't resist this kind of stuff. Watch it. I bet this one will be. This will be like my best Pleinairpril so far. And then I can make a video tutorial on toddler, how to draw like a toddler. I wonder what happens if I put pressure on here. Yeah, it's pretty fun. This is kind of a shoulder workout here. I'm not used to this. It's like pure shoulder action. Okay. Is this working? Is it working? I actually like the energy of this a lot. I'm happy with this experiment. What do you guys think? Does it look like a toddler drew this? Maybe it makes more sense to draw. Mask that. A little bit darker, bigger. I think this is going faster this way with toddler mode, because I'm not spending as much time. making each mark perfect. Ah. Get back here, get pretty bright. It gets bright and then back shadowy again, which that's kind of the reason why I stopped and took this photo, is because it had this like little spotlight on the river and on the side of the riverbank, and I thought that looked really cinematic. I mean, it's not super dramatic here because the spotlight is so tiny, but it looks like there's, you know, a little cone of light coming out from the clouds even. Maybe I need to emphasize that. Not like that though, that doesn't look right. It's more subtle. Ugh. It is hard to hit undo in toddler mode. Okay, the bottom of the riverbank gets really light and greenish. Okay, that's bluish. I wanted greenish. Turn off pressure. There we go. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, it's not green, it's like gray. I wonder if I could do this better with my right hand. Ooh, that does feel... it's not bad. I can see what you right-handers have been raving about. Non-dominant toddler technique. Ooh. Honestly, it's tricky to hit the color sliders accurately, like where I want the colors to be. Because I think even though I'm drawing like toddler style, I still want the colors to be accurate. I guess that also feeds into the style question, is that and I kind of picked this up from working with Alberto, is just being loose with the shapes, but then kind of trying your hardest to get the colors accurate is sort of his thing, and I guess I've kind of adopted that also since I've been doing that style for so long. And it's kind of a fun style because I think it messes with people's heads a little bit because you see something that looks so loose and wonky. It looks weird, but then it also looks kind of real at the same time because the colors, if they are accurate, are creating this sort of mismatch, and I think that's pretty interesting. But yeah, that's an Alberto thing for sure. But the toddler fist this is original. This is invented right here. Okay. So in 10 years, when everybody's drawing toddler fist style, you know where it came from, okay? Just kidding, no one's ever gonna do this. Anytime I do something, it automatically becomes uncool. So there's that. Oh shit. Oh no, I think I'm being too careful now. Yeah. Oh shoot, what is that? I think I'm not being wild enough. Like, I have the toddler grip, but I don't have the toddler mentality of just, balls to the walls, drawing without a care in the world. It's very difficult to do, especially when people are watching. But I'm trying to make it happen for you guys. I'm trying to make magic happen. I'm surprised how long this... I think this might be my new technique. I'm gonna try to do a few like this. I think it's might be onto something, because this is my first time ever drawing like this, and it's already giving me like these really weird looking marks that I would never make. Which is kind of exciting to me, because I'm bored of the way that I draw, honestly. I wish the screen had more grit to it. It's not good for like scratching, I need a bigger screen for this style too. I think this works better if you have like a giant piece of paper. Ah. Laptop trackpad. No man, you gotta use the IBM, what do you call it? The little red dot thing? The little nipple controller that was on the old IBM ThinkPads. Paint with one of those. That would be crazy. Alright, I'm going back to non-toddler mode now. It's business time. Time to get serious. Real serious about this drawing right here. I want to win that free copy of HEAVYPAINT at the end of the month. By the way, if you didn't know, that is one of the prizes for Pleinairpril this year. We did it last year too, and it was a lot of fun. But you have to be following all the official procedures if you want to be part of that. The Pleinairpril, all the prizes and stuff. Which they have some pretty good prizes, I think, from all sorts of companies. Like Wacom and Procreate and Clip Studio. And then there's us, little HEAVYPAINT. It's like, which one doesn't belong? But I'm pretty happy to be part of it.
As I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor, as the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind the silver screen and all its sad goodbyes. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend. No, you're not a fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend. Waste the chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you. Time can never end. Careless whispers of a good friend to the heart and mind. Ignorance is kind. There's no comfort in the truth. Pain is all you'll find. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend. No, you're not a fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend. Waste the chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. No, I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend. Waste this chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you.
Yep, gotta make little miniature trees back here. Little baby trees. And that'll make the foreground trees look like big proper trees. Proper cheese. Properties. Okay. Ah! Way too bright. The colors are a little weird here. Okay, the more I touch this, the less of the toddler is gonna show through in the end. So I need to make sure that I retain some of the wonkiness, otherwise it kind of defeats the whole purpose of holding the pen that way for like an hour. So I'll just try to maybe add things in but not disturb what's already there, because what is there is basically like a precious resource that I won't be able to capture again later, because I mean, like, these big wild shapes are like, the time for that has already passed, so I can't make those crazy shapes anymore, and we're just building on top, so I have to be careful. Don't ruin it. Oh yeah, I'm talking about Alberto Mielgo. He was my boss slash art director slash friend. Well, still friend, but I mean, I was basically following him around from job to job since 2012. And we worked on a bunch of projects together, and I sort of learned how to paint through working with him and seeing all the crazy painters that he would always get for the jobs. He would always hire like the craziest crew ever, so I would just watch and see, look at what they do and try to learn and absorb like a weird art sponge. So, I mean, even though I'm being pretty literal with the colors, I'm not really doing anything fancy or changing the colors much. I'm hoping that it still looks fresh because the shapes are all funky. And honestly, I'm not even messing with the shapes much. Like, the proportions are pretty I mean, I'm trying to be accurate, so I would say that proportions are pretty, they're not stylized very much. The shapes are a little bit wonky and like simple, but the proportions are generally correct, I think, or true to life. I don't know if that makes any sense. I guess I mean just like, I'm not taking the river and squishing it or making the trees like way bigger than they're supposed to be, or way smaller or taller or whatever. I'm trying to keep all that sort of realistic. And now that I'm looking at it, the river is kind of too wide. I guess one option would be to just warp it all at the end, because by now I think it's a little bit too late for me to go in and change the structure because of all the layers here. It's one of the disadvantages of having layers, is it's just a pain to adjust things. So gotta have these little infrastructure things though. Those are always fun. I love all the weird patterns that happen in these structures, geometries. It's got like a square here, and then they divide there. Okay. Then we have really, really tiny little power lines. Oh, too big. And as we go farther in the distance, I can't really go any smaller on my brush size. So instead I'll just go lighter on my color, and by going lighter, that can help to make the line look thinner in this case. Because look at that, how thick does that line look, and then how thick does this line look, right? And they're both the same thickness, but so when we zoom in, right, they're both the same thickness, but when we're way far away, the lighter one, to me, it definitely looks thinner. So that's just a little trick with these kind of structures off in the distance, just make them lighter. Alright, zoom in. So the power lines themselves should be really light because they're or almost the same color as the sky, basically. Not too bright either, because then they're gonna pop out again, but I mean, like, make the value very close to the sky value. Something like that even, or to me they look a little bit darker than the sky. Like that, see? So that looks almost invisible, right? So that's the kind of line that we need, or the kind of color that we need to get that effect. Because if we try to do the same thing with like a black line, that is never gonna look right in this situation. So again, I'll just get maybe even this mountain color. Here, I'll just draw these in, and then we can try out different colors afterwards. So, yeah. Again, like, even just because it's a line doesn't mean we need to pay attention to the color of it. Because I think even here, when it's like going up into the sky, we can play with the colors. So I'll put on the masking and try maybe getting this to be more closer to the sky color around it. Should always be a little bit darker, I think, is the feeling that I'm getting. A little bit darker than the sky. And these kind of details, guys, are the ones that, like, the viewer sort of doesn't really notice them, or they can't put their finger on it, but there's something about it, you know? That's the kind of stuff that's good. That's the, you know, the juicy stuff. Because they're like, I don't know why I like this. But I like it, and it's kind of good thing. You want it to be like a mystery, like magic. Maybe I can go a little bit brighter with this one. Okay. And then, I think, I'm gonna try to adjust the proportion of the river after all this is said and done. But I'm gonna have to like merge all the layers down, or maybe import it as a PNG or something, or flatten everything. So give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay, maybe, or maybe it's fine. I don't know. All right, here. Let me save this version first. River Godray. And then I'll try to, maybe I could import that as a new layer. Here, let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the top, import image, import that new image that we just made. Where is it? No. What? Oh my god. Did I break this? Hold on, let me see what it says. Load, not load from buffer. What happened to it? Okay. Well, it seems that I have broken import image again. Well, I guess I could try. God, how am I gonna do this? I guess another way I could do this is sort of janky, but if I get the rectangle tool and just bring it in as a tool texture, let's see if that works. River. Where is it? River Godray. Okay, so we got it as a texture. Go full saturation, and then this is so stupid. Then I could, you know, have a bunch of rivers. So I'm gonna go like this. Oh, maybe I could just do like that, warp it this way. It was planning to use liquify to just warp it, but see how that looks. I don't know. Did I make it worse? I think I made it worse. As usual. Well, that's the proportion that it should be, probably. But I screwed that up. I don't think anyone will notice or care. I'll just leave it like this. Okay. I hope this was a satisfactory stream today. Thank you for joining in, guys. I hope you'll try out the toddler style too on your Pleinairpril. And yeah, have a good day. I'll see you next time.